What is going on, beautiful people? Today, we're going to be answering the question, do narcissists hurt when the relationship ends? Do they? If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a self-aware narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. So boom, welcome back, folks. Welcome back. That's the question of the day, isn't it? The question of the day, the question of the hour, the question of the year. How do narcissists hurt or feel bad when the relationship ends? Like how do they feel? Are they any type of pain? Are they suffering at all? Do they think about you? Do they miss you? The answer here might surprise a few people, because I know a lot of people, the first thing that they're going to say is, no, this doesn't affect anybody. They don't care. Like, narcissists have no hearts. They're just out trying to get some new cheeks. They're trying to do this. They're trying to do that. In that space right there. And that happens to so many people, to a lot of people in this situation. But the answer to the question is yes, a lot of narcissists do hurt when the relationship ends. You know, a lot of narcissists do hurt. They are in pain when the relationship ends. They do miss you. Yeah. Yes, narcissists are people too. They absolutely. Some of them hurt. I've hurt when relationships have ended, especially if I wasn't the one that ended it. If I'm not the one, or if I wasn't the one who ended the relationship, then yes, I was in pain when the relationship ended. I have a heart. It might be a narcissistic heart. It might be a toxic heart sometimes, but I have a heart nonetheless. I'm not like, which one of the Wizard of Oz, who was missing a heart? Who was it? The Tin Man who didn't have a heart, or was it the Scarecrow who didn't have a heart? Somebody didn't have a brain. Well, I'm one of the the people of the Wizard of Oz, but I'm the one who had a heart. I might not have a brain all the time, but I do have a heart. And there are a lot of narcissists who will be in pain when and if your relationship ends, especially if you are the one who ended it. If you're the one who ended said relationship, they themselves will hurt. They themselves will be in some type of pain because it sucks for them. Because rejection can breed obsession. Y'all hear me say that all the time. Shout out to Tony Robbins for that one. Rejection can breed obsession, but it can also create this deficit within a narcissist's mind to make them feel like they are worthless, right? They just like, okay, I wasn't good enough for a relationship. It can make them feel like a bad person when they are a lot of times they have been bad people. So they deserve the moniker of being a bad person because they've been bad people. You see, they try to escape it because they're in a relationship. Since we're together, I'm not a bad person. But now we're apart. That means I am a bad person. You see how that works right there in a narcissist's mind? So when you leave them, they hurt because it makes them feel, especially if they're not ready for you to leave them, if they don't have a new supply set up, or shivers, they will damn near lose their damn minds because they don't have anybody else. Right, they have to go through this alone period, this period of aloneness where they don't have a new supply. They don't have anybody out here to just take them in and whatnot. So if you break up with them seemingly out of nowhere, it's not out of nowhere for you. You know it's coming, but to them it might be out of nowhere. Yes, they hurt. They might actually miss you, but what they miss about you is important. I know people are like, well, they miss me, Lee, so I should go back to them. No, the hell you should not. Lee said they miss me, so I should go back. No, you shouldn't. You know what I mean? No, you should not go back because if they do somehow miss a little bit of you, right? You shouldn't go back because they miss you. Because that doesn't mean that they'll treat you better. Just because they miss you or miss something about you does not guarantee that they will treat you any better. So I said that part right there. Y'all hear me? Lee said they miss me. Lee also said that doesn't mean that they will treat you better if you go back. So don't go back because Lee said they might miss you. Lee said that they're hurting because they left. That don't mean go back, because again, it doesn't. Just because they're hurting doesn't mean guaranteed that they're going to treat you better. Could they be better for a short period of time? Yeah, they could treat you good for a short period of time. You know, they could treat you good for a couple of days, couple of weeks, a month or two. And then guess what happens? The old toxic narcissistic person that you broke up with rears their ugly ass head, rears their Medusa head, like narcissistic Medusa head. Like when they take the mask off, like Medusa with the snakes coming out their hair. You know, they had snake. My dreads are snakes. The little snake head on the end of every dread. little narcissistic snake head on the end of every dread. You know, this happens. Just because they miss you doesn't mean they'll treat you any better. And another times, like I said, another reason that they might be hurting when the relationship ends is because they automatically think that you're going to be with somebody else. That's where the mind automatically shifts to. They automatically think you left me, so you must be going to be with somebody else. Like, it can't be for any other reason. Like, not because I treated you badly, not because I did this, not because I did that, because you have someone else. That's how I justify it. Like, you must have somebody else. You must be, I hope you're happy with them. I hope they treat you better. I hope you're happy with the new person. I hope you're happy with your new boo, because I wasn't good enough. Sorry I wasn't good enough for you. I hope they treat you better than I ever treated you. Or nobody's ever going to treat you as good as I treated you. I'm the best you're ever going to get, and you should be happy with how I treated you. They be hurting and saying all kinds of craziness and insanity to you. You know, like I said before, just because they're hurting doesn't mean that they will treat you any better. Doesn't guarantee any behavioral alterations. Can they act right for a little while? Yes. Like I said, anybody can be on their best behavior for a little while in order to get you back into a relationship with them. Anybody can, right? Anybody can do that. That's how it works, though. That's the space that it works in. That's the space that it goes into right there. Anybody can act right to get their needs met for a little while to get you back. Because they'll text you and call you just like, I'm hurting, I'm crying. I never cry. You've never seen me cry before and the only reason I'm crying now is because I miss you and I miss what we had and I miss what we could be. I miss the missing, you know. They don't, like, ask yourself, like Lee said, they miss me. Ask yourself, what do they miss about you? In this situation, what do they miss about you? Do they miss you, the person, and all the good times? Or do they miss what they could get away with? Do they miss taking advantage of you? Do they miss making you look and feel silly for taking them back? Do they ask yourself what they miss about you? You know, because a lot of times what they miss about you isn't under good pretenses, right? A lot of times what they miss about you is under bad pretense. It's coming from a place of negativity and gain from them. That's what it is right there. Like, they miss what they could get from you. They miss what they can achieve from you. They miss that. They miss what they miss what the relationship represented to them. They don't miss you per se. They miss what the relationship represented to them, which could be getting over on something, which could be more toxicity, which could be more manipulation, which could be a lot of different things. But they don't miss you per se. And again, they might be hurting because the relationship ended before they can get new supply. So now they're hurting because they got to look at themselves in the mirror. They don't have a backup plan. They don't have anybody to back them up or be there for them or to get narcissistic supply from. They might not, they might be hurting. It's not funny. They might be hurting because they might be homeless coming up. You know, they might be getting ready to be homeless and be on the streets because they don't have anywhere else to go. Like, you were their saving grace. You housed them. You protected them. You did this. You did that for them. You know what I mean? You did a lot of this stuff for them. And that can help benefit you in a lot of different ways, a lot of different shapes, a lot of different forms. So you are in a position of power right now. Like, they're hurting. They'll let you know that they're hurting. I'm crying. I'm throwing up. I'm going to hurt myself if you don't take me back. If you don't pick the phone up and talk to me, this is going to be the end for me. And yeah, could they actually go through with that? Yeah, possibly. But that's not on you. And then at the end of the day, if they really want to hurt themselves, do you think they're going to leave you here to tell the tale? No, they're going to try to take you out with them. Just because they're hurting doesn't mean that they will treat you any better. Just because they're hurting doesn't mean that the relationship will get any better. Well, Lee, should I take him back? No, don't take that from this. Lee said I should take him back. No, Lee did not. Lee said we should make it. No, Lee did not. Again, they're hurting because they know that they could know that they missed it. They're missing out on a great person. You could be a great person that they're missing out on. You know, but again, that doesn't guarantee you any type of behavioral changes. They're not going to go to therapy. They might promise it. I'll promise I'll change. I promise I'll go to therapy. I'll promise I'll take that trip. I'll promise I do this. I promise I just never thought you would leave. I thought you were my ride or die. I thought we was going to ride until we died or until you died and then I can move on to somebody else. I thought and somebody else could be my ride or die. You ride until you die. But in a narcissistic relationship, you're guaranteed to die emotionally. You're going to have this emotional death. You will ride until you emotionally die with a narcissist or toxic person. And that sucks to say, because there's so many good people out there dealing with these toxic, abusive, narcissistic people, and you're just trying to survive, you're trying to thrive, you're trying to just live the life that you want to live, and they don't allow that. They don't allow you to live the life that you want to live. They keep doing this toxic stuff. They keep doing these abusive behaviors. They refuse to let you move on and live your life that you want to live. Toxic, narcissistic people, yeah, they could hurt when the relationship ends. No, but it doesn't mean that they'll take accountability for their role in it. They'll still be trying to blame you. They'll still be trying to hold you accountable for leaving them. They'll still be trying to hold you accountable for where they are in life. It will still somehow, some way, shape, or form be your fault. Missing you and hurting you in a relationship ends does not mean that they will change their behaviors or treat you any better if you give them another chance. And yes, y'all, I'll end it with this. Are there some narcissists out there who don't hurt when the relationship ends? Yes, there are some narcissists who want the relationship to end. There are some that will force you out the door through their horrible, toxic behavior. There's some that will intentionally treat you horribly because it benefits them in some way, shape, or form. They don't hurt, they don't miss you. Some of them don't. Anyways, y'all, make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And join the support groups, check out my courses and things of that nature. And as always, y'all, Mental Illness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.